Hello, hello, hello. My name is Kevin. We are Dirty 20 Gaming, and what with it being a Sunday evening, we must be taking something official from Wizards and bending it to our will. This For this particular adventure, that something is Storm King's thunder, and the will it's being bent to is the joint will of all of us, but me primarily so far. But we'll fix that. We'll get to these wonderful people and what they're going to do to this game in just a minute. But first, the technicals. All the art in this game, except for the image behind me, oh, that you can't see, never mind, you're getting a different image than I am. All the art in this game is actually from the module Storm King's Thunder, except for the minis and the tokens. Those were made using Hero Forge, a wonderful system, and I appreciate what they're doing. It makes it nice and easy to make tokens for stuff like this. And our virtual tabletop for this evening is Roll20. Now the people, because I want to get to this. This is going to be fun. So let's get to these people real quick. Let's start with Wolfsbane back with us this week. Hello and welcome. Thank you for joining us. And I saw you were streaming a bit last while. What are you up to?
I'm just trying to get back into the swing of things now that things are setting up. So I've been playing the new D&D game, Dark Alliance.
Nice.
Had some fun with that.
Yeah.
I'm actually starting to read those books as well because I like background.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
Wonderful.
You can find me on Twitch.
Yes. Go ahead and pop the link in the chat if you want while I move to the next person in line, who I can see busily already putting their own link into chat. Thank you for joining us, Sans. Appreciate you joining us. Thank you so much for bringing us Idicus. I'll say that before we even start. Thank you very much for coming and playing with us this week. What are you guys doing?
I have two channels over on YouTube, Tango Productions and Tango Productions on Location. We do have some footage that we need to work on for On Location. We just haven't had time. I'm also a writer at the Scarred Adventurers blog. Mm-hmm. And I'm also in two offline games. One as a player and one's a DM. So,
yeah. Oh, I'm happy. I didn't know about that very last one. That's very cool. I'm gonna pick your brain about that later. I didn't know you were running a game. That's awesome. That makes me very happy. Next, we have the amazingly talented Solar Dasher back with us playing Beowulf Blackmane. Hello and welcome. I saw you streaming too, didn't I?
I think so. I did stream last week, I think. Trying to get a little more in there. But yeah. Oh. Anyway, you can catch me on my own Twitch, which I just threw into the chat.
Thank you.
You can also catch me in the Discord.
Mm-hmm.
There.
Oh, look
I beat you to it, Kevin.
You did? Especially because I hadn't even thought of it yet. That's really quick.
Quick fingers, part of my job. Yes. In real life. But anyways, you can find me in the Discord if you want to know more. Also prod me to play a little bit more too.
Yeah.
Because the one thing I don't like about streaming is I never get anybody to game with me. So it gets a little boring just running through the challenges all by myself.
Yeah, solo streaming's it's
so
different. That's for sure.
Hit me up.
Yeah.
Also, I do have my own RPG for Bleach the Darkness Within, and you can hit me up on Discord as well to find out more about that.
Perfect. Thank you. And that brings us around to Old Faithful.
The other Old Faithful.
The other Old Faithful for sure. Bison playing Bigford Barkswipe for us. First of all, thank you for this charming and wonderful character who likes to steal beer and still nobody hates. And second, what are you streaming?
Well, you'll find me most often here on the weekends. On Fridays, I am playing One Ball. Sorry, not Fridays, on Saturdays. I'm playing One Ball on Cathedral Deep, which is our old school dungeon crawl here on Dirty 20. We managed not to die yet, but we're only on game one. On Fridays, sometimes I'll be in the fun shots. On Monday nights, I stream Control on my own channel. Let me just do that.
Yes.
I do that Monday nights, 7 p.m., usually 2 to 3 hours, and it's a lot of fun. And I'll probably be continuing with those single-player games that have stories that I just love.
Perfect. See, to each their own. I love it. I just looked down and it's 38 Celsius outside. Whew, I'd rather stay in here. You guys were, I just a quick comment on last night's game. You guys were so proud of yourselves that you didn't die on the first level. It was absolutely technically possible to get through that level without taking any damage whatsoever. So, so
I didn't want to say that, being the only one who didn't take damage.
Anyway,
I know the trick about exploding doors. I just didn't want to say anything after it blew up.
After it blew up. Anyway, that's enough of that. Hello, chat. Yeah, way too tired. Yeah, absolutely. Catch the VOD. I know you're literally a third of the way around the world. I really, really appreciate you popping in. Rest well. We'll give them a minute to leave so they don't get hung up as we start here. But that's all they get, because here we go. Bickford and Beowulf. You just heard, you snuck up, you're peeking through a hole. You see the giant lady singing badly. You see the 4 bloodhawks circling in the sky above you. And as you were being ever so quiet, Oedicus woke up and...
Brad?
at the big giant lady. Time for just a split second stops, and not just because of that oh god moment, but for another reason. You can all see without you're frozen. You can't move. It happens this fast, but your eyes just register over in the corner of your vision, over where Creature is standing. An image pops up behind him, much bigger than him, covered in robes with dreadlocked hair sticking out all in grays and browns, leaves, potions, bottles, weapons, just a beast of a human being that is a full foot taller. I need a word with you. Whoomp. And disappears with Creature.
Oh, crap.
What the hell?
Brad?
Giant lady
Wait.
looks down at you, Oedicus, because you're riding Bickford's back, I think. Yeah. So you're in the backpack, and there's just this little goblin head in this hand with the teddy sticking up. Fed. The big lady looks down, and she jumps down, and the whole ground moves because she was a whole floor up. As she bends way down and looks through the little arrow slot that you guys are peeking through, this big gigantic eye comes down and looks out at you, kind of tilts this way and tilts that way, completely ignores Bickford, who's just below you.
It's because I'm standing perfectly still.
Yeah, like a tree. Yeah. And she looks at you and says, I'm not Fred. I'm Naomi. Are you Fred? And this giant finger comes up. Then who's Fred?
Fred?
And this fist forms and starts coming directly towards the arrow slot. Bickford, how do you respond to that? This giant, all you can see is like an eye, but you can see in that eye sheer joy. But there's also a fist, much bigger than the eye, coming for a brick wall that doesn't look like it can take it.
That's a disengage for me, dog.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, that's why I was thinking. That's why I want to know why it was on your back. You spin out of the way, and the arm just comes through the wall, just and starts grabbing at Oedicus on your back. Oedicus, the giant was speaking in giant. Is that how you responded?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Bickford, you don't speak giant, right?
No, I do not.
Okay.
I have no
Beowulf?
idea. Oh, no. Yes, I do. I have comprehend languages on still from the last session.
Okay.
I
Well,
cast it, so I
speak giant.
you speak giant. Everybody speaks giant. Okay. No problem. So, yeah, that whole conversation happened in giant.
well, I understand it. I can't speak it.
You can't speak it. Yeah,
It's
you
only
comprehend languages, not speak languages. Yes.
I picked that up in the last upgrade, I think. I don't know.
You got an
I
extra
picked
language, yeah. Sure.
Got an extra language somehow or another, but yeah.
Yeah.
I picked giant, might as well.
It happened. I learned giant overnight. How hard can it be? These idiots can speak it.
It was past time mentally
It's
from
just-
Iticus to me. How's that?
It's just like common, but slower.
So, Bickford, you are this giant is you heard the conversation, but it's still trying to pluck Iticus, and as far as you can tell, Iticus and Fred.
Yeah.
Off of
Well-
your shoulders.
Since I disengaged, I'm trying to like get far enough away. I know a giant has reach, but the giant has no more reach than I do. So if I
Nope.
can't hit it, he can't hit me. So I'm gonna basically let Iticus out.
Okay. So yeah, you step forward. You put them down.
Yeah, just
Okay.
kneel down, sort of.
Plunked on the ground. Absolutely. The giant just steps through the wall. It's been weakened by her punch, and she just outside.
Yep, Bo's
looks-
just gonna jump out of the way.
Yep. Yeah, you guys have got time to react now. Iticus, you are what, like 3 feet tall?
Yep.
Yeah. This giant is I'd like to make them even bigger. I mean, they're big in rules as written. I like them even bigger. So like 20 feet tall, like almost 7 times. So tall that when you're looking up, there's perspective, like looking up a building. Right? They kind of look like this, you know? Way, way up there. There's this face looking down at you. This huge hand reaches almost all the way down to you. Because they've got these very long arms, hill giants. Fred?
Fred?
And they both great big eyes, each one as big as your head, is looking right at the teddy. And the palm outstretched. Yeah.
Iticus will just walk onto the palm.
Yeah. And she just picks you up. Fred.
Fred.
At that moment, I'm just going to cut away briefly. I will be right back. Corfell. The last thing you remember, you were sleeping in your room. But this is either the worst nightmare ever or something awful has happened, because you are crouched on your knees, bent over that inside a small box. You push up with your shoulders, you can feel the top of it is curved. You're inside a chest. What do you do?
As someone who's claustrophobic, let me tell you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Well, okay, hang on. How come
No,
claustrophobic
that's
isn't on my
fine.
session
that's
zero?
fine.
No, it needs to be on my session 0 list, whether you're fine or not.
No. It's as a character. That's his thing. I
Right, okay.
have that as a mental note. I'm fine,
Okay.
but yes.
Okay.
Oh, the character's claustrophobic.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah,
that's
yeah,
perfect.
yeah.
Still, that's perfect then. But still, yeah. That's how is that not in my session 0?
I'm not. I can.
Yeah.
I'm fine.
I don't do this a lot, but it's where it happens enough. Yes.
So he's gonna freak out a little bit.
Oh yeah.
And he is going to literally like try to make himself as big as possible. Try to
Yep.
literally just break out of this thing.
Give me a strength check, just a straight check, not a save. I know this may
So
not be
what's
your
that?
strongest stat, but a fail or two makes it more interesting.
Yep.
It isn't.
It did not go. So in that
But-
case, now hit that little box up in the corner that says use VTT that I told you to ignore earlier. There you go.
Going.
15. Not bad. Too bad the other one was a natural 20, but it didn't get
With a
you.
minus
Right.
1.
So yeah. So yeah, you just like you're crouched, so you just stand up. You put your hands on your knees and just sort of drive. You're using all the power your legs have got and a little bit of panic. You push and push and push, and you feel the latch take up the tension, and you're up against some sort of locking mechanism, and then it snaps. But you're not free. You push up again. The lock is broken, but there's something on top of the chest. You're straining against it. What do you do?
So, I mean, do I have anything in the box with me?
We'll take this turn to check. I won't make you roll, but it's going to take you an action. So, is Corfell the claustrophobic moon elf in a fit state of mind to go, is there something in here that can help me?
Probably not. You're right. He's probably just like shaking it and flailing like a... Okay. Yeah.
This time, out of panic, I will give you advantage. So give me that strength check again. And you'll probably have to use VTT again. Use that button. 11 and 13. Oh. Well, let's tie this all together. I said no to you, and I'm going to turn that into a yes. You heave up again with all your might, but I know you know that feeling when you're done working out and you're just rubberized and you heave and nothing, like you couldn't pick up the cat right now. You push and it opens up just a little bit, and dirt starts to pour in. You're buried. You lose what little strength you've got. The lid comes slamming back down. You fresh dirt in here. Now, I wonder what's in here. And your hands just start digging through the dirt. You find 2 daggers and a rolled up scroll.
I mean, in my panic, I'm not going to worry about this scroll.
Yeah.
I'm literally going for the daggers, and I'm going to see if I can't, jimmy it and, just knock.
I'm assuming Dex is better than Strength for you?
Oh, so much.
Okay, yeah. Give me, in this case, because you're trying to, you're, using leverage in your brain instead of your shoulders, give me a Dex check with advantage. Because you're kind of coming to your senses here. Good thing we gave you advantage. 23. You get the daggers in there and you lift it a little bit and get the blade in a little more, lift it a little bit and a little more, and just use them like wedges all the way around the frame. And the dirt just keeps pouring in around you, but eventually you climb out and the dirt collapses. You look up, but you're still not out. You can see above you the bottom of a tile floor. You can literally see the mortar and the tiles. It's got to be just hanging there in space. You're up to your knees in soil, standing in the remains of a wooden chest. You look down and 2 absolutely beautiful daggers in your hand. And the roof is right there. What's next?
I immediately checked my spells. I'm in panic. I'm buried. I'm claustrophobic. I'm just going up.
It's not like you can miss. So you just drive forward and one hand goes through and the tiles. The other 3 of you see behind the giant back in the tower, a set of tiles just and then collapse. And then out of that climbs Corfell, just eyes almost as big as the giant's.
Hell?
Looking in between the giant's legs.
I do not like little spaces.
That's not where we left you.
How? How?
We're just all utterly confused. Meanwhile, there's a giant talking to our little goblin friend.
Speaking of the giant, she spins around and looks at the newcomer. looks at all of you, all shocked and like just overwhelmed, and then in a moment of calm turns to Idicus and says, "Fred," and points at Corfell.
Fred.
Corfell, the giant rotates 180 degrees and comes towards you with its arms out like this, reaching down. Fred.
Not a good time.
Yeah.
Corfell's not feeling it.
Imagine a hug from a
in his
from a hill
panic,
giant.
he's scrambling backwards.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. She stops and looks. Sorry. Forgot little ones. Easy scare. Sorry.
Okay.
Fred.
It's okay.
And she waves you over to the other ones and steps out of the way.
Yeah. Beowulf's going to
Beowulf.
step
It's been a
forward.
while. Yeah.
He's going to look at this giant ant and giant, which he
Yep.
suddenly knows.
Yep.
It's going to,
Convenient.
it's going to say, is everything okay? We heard what sounded like crying a little while ago.
I was crying and I was singing badly.
Badly
She
singing
admits
is
it.
okay. We all have our days.
Well,
You want to talk to me and tell me what's going on?
I'm very sad.
How can we make that better?
I don't think you can. He left me.
What? Who did?
My man.
Why?
I don't know. You're not supposed to. You don't do, we don't. Supposed to stay, but he left.
Where'd he go?
He went with my sister.
Ooh.
She's way bigger than me, so
He left you for her because she's bigger?
yeah.
That
That's how hill giants rank themselves. They're not bright people. The bigger you are, the more powerful you are. The
Right.
queen is the biggest. The biggest.
That's
They
not
are a
usually
matri-
how it works.
They are a matriarchy. So yeah. So yeah, the largest female is the queen.
Yeah, but yeah, Bo probably knows this, but he's gonna say, you know what, that's not right. Even though I know that's what you guys do, but no.
Actually, give me one of the most underused roles of all time. Everybody here, give me a history check, please.
Oh, crap.
4. Yeah, you're out of practice. 12, 19. Perfect. You're the one having the conversation.
A bunch of hosers.
Yeah.
My family group is a bunch of hosers living in
Oh,
the forest.
that's
What do you expect? I don't know
Yeah.
squat about giants. They're big.
Yeah.
That's how come I know giant now. Because I put them on my list of favorite enemies.
Favorite enemies. Yeah, okay. Yeah, all right.
Doesn't mean I can't just.
You can still talk to them. Yeah. It doesn't say
And
auto
that
hate.
would be why I know the history
just-
I did too.
You studied a lot
See,
about
look,
them,
this
and
is
now
all
you can
playing
speak their
together
language.
nicely.
Makes
I love
perfect
everything
sense.
about giants. How to talk to them, how to stab them.
Where the soft spots are, yes.
Yeah.
But Beowulf, you're the one having the conversation. This makes sense. You know, hill giants in particular they mate for life like we used to think geese did. Like this isn't uncommon. This is like genetically not what they do.
Mm-hmm. Excellent. All right.
Any of the rest
Are
of you
you
that
and
speak
your
giant
sister,
can
like-
jump in, yeah.
Twins or something?
No, she's bigger.
Because, well, besides being bigger, you guys were born at different times, though? Like, are you older than she is?
I don't know. I wasn't there when she was born.
Okay, so yeah, you're younger. Where is she?
Not here.
Which
With
direction
him.
did they go in?
I don't know. I was sleeping. I woke up and he was gone. And then I went to tell her and she was gone.
Is there a place that they normally go?
There is, and I went there and there was sex marks in the dirt.
Ew. Okay.
Imagine two hill giants have picked a glade to be glorious and wondrous and natural, and yeah, the wreckage would be considerable.
To quote Jim Croce, 40 acres of corn were fucked completely flat.
Where would they go after that then? Do you know?
It was even worse. They stole food. You don't do that either. They stole cows that we already stole.
That doesn't make sense. Okay. Did you see any strange other giants going in any particular direction?
We went to the other giants like you're supposed to when you get confused, because that's the rules. And we went there and they wouldn't help us. They're not supposed to do that, neither.
Yep, they're not.
I don't
Can
like
you
it.
take me there?
I don't like change. No, I'm not allowed.
Can you take me there? Maybe
No.
I can pick our way in.
Not allowed. Can't take you there. Secret.
If you show us the general direction, you're not really taking us there.
What's the general direction?
Which way do you start going?
Which way to go?
We start by going that way.
And is it a straight shot that way?
No.
What's the shot?
Oh, you know what? I keep forgetting. Bo ain't that intelligent for some reason, so I keep forgetting.
It's all good.
Yeah. Bo's gonna look at her and just be like, "Wait a minute. What was I talking about now? Oh, just that direction and that direction only?"
No. There's a whole bunch of turns.
Okay.
But I can't tell you because you're not allowed to go and I'm not allowed to tell you. I know lots of people are breaking the rules, but not me.
Why do you think that we're not allowed to know? How do you know we can't know?
Because it's in the ordnin.
Beowulf has the card. Was the card signed? I don't remember.
It is signed.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, Harshnag.
Shall I show them the card then?
I'll guarantee you she can't read, but yeah.
This name drop. Harshnag said we were supposed to find them.
There you go.
Who's a Harshnag? Is that
Another
like
friend.
Is that like an angry horse? Sorry, that was Kevin. That was definitely not the giant.
Harshnag, I get it.
Yeah.
But I'm bummed.
Oh wow. Okay, so that didn't work. The name drop didn't work.
Okay.
Oh yeah. What's a Harshnag is all you got back.
Okay. Well, this Harshnag guy, he told us that we have to find where these naughty giants are, and we are to punish them and make sure that they don't do it again.
Wow, that's a big job.
Yeah.
Giants are big, and that's a job. But I can't. Normally, I could tell you everything you needed to know about all the giants, but I can't, because it's all broken. Nobody's doing what they're supposed to.
How about you tell me a secret? I keep it in secret. You just tell me quietly. Only me.
It's not a secret if I tell you.
It'll just be between you and me, secret. Mm-hmm.
What if we can fix everything? You said that your man left you for your sister, and that's not supposed to happen.
Nope.
What if we can fix
because I'm
it?
trying to get him back for you too.
Then fix the ordning.
Yeah, that's what the guy wanted us to do. The guy on the card.
The angry
I
horse
think it's a lady.
guy.
Yeah, the angry
The
horse.
horse guy.
You have no idea what Harshnag did not include an honorific on
Yeah.
his
Yeah,
card.
but I'm guessing it's a lady because of matriarchy.
No, not all giants are matriarchal. Only the hill giants.
Oh.
Yeah. And they are definitely a storm giant because they fly around.
But if they're a harsh nag, I'm still guessing female.
Oh. So, what's next?
Can I persuade her
And to
with
do
my
what?
charm
What are you going to try and find out?
to show us the way?
I can't take you. I mean, you could try, but what's your plus? Because I bet the DC I just put in my head for this. I mean, this is.
I'm a +6.
Yeah, I still. I mean, if you rolled a 20, I might get her confused, but not enough to come with you, to be honest. So I'm just not going to have you not roll, because. And I'm going to explain. I normally would let you roll, but I'm going to explain why. In her head, the rules as written for the universe she lives in have been broken. And the only thing she's got to hang on to is those rules. So she is bound and determined she's going to follow them to the letter. And one of them is you never tell anybody where the HQ is.
She may be dumb, but she's lawful dumb.
Yeah. Fair enough. Yeah. I can see you about to try and outwit a hill giant.
I'm just sitting here thinking.
Can I do an investigation
What would you like
to
to
see
find
if I
out?
can see like any maps or something?
You certainly can. Go ahead and give me an investigation check of the area. 15. You find the shattered chest inside with a scroll sticking out of the dirt.
I'm gonna retrieve the scroll and take a look at it.
You pull the scroll open, and it says, oh shit, what's his name? No, it says, yeah, you unroll it. It says, hey, put him back. Don't steal my stuff. Herman the Halfling.
Him back.
And then he barked like a dog and caused one of the characters to die from heart failure. No, that's it.
I just saw it on the delay again.
Oh, I know.
but yeah, that's what you read.
Somebody don't like you, Corbell.
Have that effect on some people.
As you look down, Corfell,
he's just gonna like throw the scroll across the room and like that
Mhm.
was useless.
Yeah.
So hear me out.
yeah.
So hill giants aren't too smart.
Mm-hmm.
I want to use message.
Yep.
Because then she'll hear a voice in her head.
Mm-hmm.
And I can tell her and giant in a different voice to take us to where we need to go.
Such a
Absolutely. Give me yeah. What's the spell save DC?
That is the.
Oh no, there isn't one because it's message.
No.
Okay.
I guess technically it would kind of be a deception.
Yeah, give me a deception. That's better. Yeah, give me a deception roll.
Okay.
She's like, yeah.
17.
No.
Okay. They get an insight, which is going to be this at -2. 11. Okay. You send the message. As soon as you speak inside her head, what do you actually say?
I have sent these people to help fix what is broken.
Get out! Get out! Get out!
I knew it.
Take them to the place they seek.
Okay, get out!
Thank you.
And just as you leave, you hear, what? I didn't understand the idea of thanks. Yeah, she looks down at you guys and says, okay, I'm supposed to take you, I guess. I don't like it, but I'm gonna. And she
You will
starts.
be handsomely rewarded by your beau. And I don't mean me.
Is Bo Fred? I still wait. Who's Fred?
Your husband.
He's Tom.
Okay, you'll be handsomely rewarded by getting Tom back.
I'm beginning to think I might not want him back. And starts to
You'll
walk,
be free to make that decision.
and starts to walk to the east, not looking back to see whether you guys follow or not.
Iticus
Care
is
for a
still
ride
being
again,
held by
Iticus?
her, right?
Yes, Edicus. Yeah, let's get Edicus and let's go around the table at this moment and sort of what are you doing right now, Edicus? As the giant turns to walk away and apparently leads you somewhere.
Still in
Well,
his hand.
I have a
Iticus
stick is still in the hand.
It's still in the hand.
Oh, you are shit. I heard that sentence from 3 different people before it finally sunk in.
Really getting into that
yes.
hill giant.
This is an even better question. Edicus, you're looking over their shoulder and watching your friends recede into the distance as you are walking away with the giant, who has apparently completely forgotten about you. You're just like being held there. They're looking ahead. They're taking you somewhere. I love this. What do you do? See the 3 of you see that walking away.
Just like creature's gonna kill me and start following.
Yeah. Beowulf?
Wolf is going to look at Corfell, say, I hope you can go fast. He's going to shift into his wolf form and
Yep.
take off.
I'm gone. Okay.
Because he's faster in wolf than he is in human.
Absolutely. And Bickford, you're following along, are you?
Yeah. Muttering
And
that creature's gonna be so mad. I lost the fucking.
Yeah. I lost
Put him down
the
for
lower
5 minutes.
And Corfell, they're starting to all just move away from you. Do you go with?
In a second,
Yeah.
I immediately am checking to make sure all of my belongings are still on my person
All of
because
your-
I woke up in a chest.
You did. All of your stuff is still with you. You kind of look behind you, and in the ruins of the chest, there's your backpack. It was down by where your feet were. So you can pull that out of the dirt and kind of shake it off, maybe have a flashback or two about that. And as you put it on, you realize you've still got these 2 daggers.
And I'm
And you
good.
can put them,
And
put them
I-
somewhere. They are ornate. They've got that look about them. There's no rust. They've been in this case for a long time, and there's no rust on them, which hints at them being magical, because magical stuff doesn't rust.
You go.
Good to know.
Yeah. So
I'll take those with me.
You start the yes. So just put 2 magic daggers on your sheet, and once you have time to assess them or identify them, you'll find out exactly what they are.
All right.
with
Then yeah,
that-
I walk after them
Yeah.
because it's not like a hill giant's footsteps are hard to miss.
No, absolutely. You kind of, you hurry to keep up, but it's not a problem.
That was actually going to be my comment. Was like, why don't we just follow the footprints?
Yeah. So you guys move at a comfortable walking speed as the giant gets smaller and smaller in the distance ahead of you. This makes sense. I like this. Beowulf, are you going with the giant, or are you staying back with these? I
Beowulf
mean, it's
is
not a
gonna-
huge distance, but
Well,
you know.
Beowulf is going to look at, in his wolf form, he's going to look at Corfell
Yeah.
because he knows that Bickford can probably keep up or keep closer.
I have base speed 30, but I can dash, so
Yeah.
technically 60.
Either way, I mean,
But
yeah.
you're a little too big for
Thematic, yeah.
Beowulf.
Yeah.
But,
Yeah. I mean,
but
you guys
Corfell
can,
probably
yeah.
gets in.
You can keep up. The giant speed is only slightly faster than yours, so it's not, it's not a big deal. But you guys can move forward. As you do, the 2 that are the furthest back, I want you guys you to roll first. So that is Corfell and Bickford. Give me nature checks, please, or survival, whichever you prefer.
It's the same either way.
I always it's the apparent choice that isn't one. Oh dear, yeah.
I
Good
did
thing.
okay.
Good thing Bickford's along. Yeah, Corfell, that makes sense. You're not dealing well with stuff right now. Still a little loaded. Bickford, you figure out right away. You're watching ahead of you. This giant is veering to the right. They're doing what everybody does. they're starting to curve in a
Sucker.
big circle.
Just sort of looks at it like, if we wait long enough, we'll probably come back. But I forgot where. I think she forgot where she was going. Starts walking. Yeah. No, definitely
Yeah.
forgot where she was going at some point.
Yeah, or
Um,
doesn't, or is simply lost, or doesn't have a landmark, or whatever, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're doing what people do when they're not on a path, which is walk in a big circle. Idicus. What next? You see Beowulf charging towards you in wolf form.
Yeah.
Yeah, catching up. Yeah. The other two slightly further back.
Idicus thinks this is okay. Absolutely fine.
Yep, everything's going according to
It's
plan.
got
Yeah,
his little tongue hanging out.
yeah, you're flapping in the wind behind him like yeah.
Yeah, he's just having a blast.
So are you having a conversation with the giant, or are you just letting her
Eh.
walk, or?
Idicus probably would be trying to,
Yeah.
but
It's Idicus.
yeah.
Yeah. So, what do you say?
Where go?
We're going to where I'm not supposed to take you.
Oh. Why not allowed?
And she picks you up here. It's a secret.
I'm good at secrets.
Is your home a secret?
Maybe.
I don't know, maybe. Is that a place?
No. I don't remember well.
Me neither. I don't even remember yesterday much.
I don't either.
Your man could be gone too, and you just don't remember.
I have man?
I don't know. I don't remember.
This problem.
Uh-oh.
I don't remember.
Have you tried hitting? I just did it and it made the voice go away.
And Idicus hits the same spot as he went to touch before and goes,
No work.
Maybe only for me. I was already sad and now I am sadder.
Oh, don't be. I'm here.
Oh, then
And
you
so-
can listen. I will sing badly for you.
Okay.
and he'll hug
Yeah.
her thumb.
That's why, yeah. Then they do this. So you're now standing here and hugging the thumb,
Yeah.
as they sing loudly and badly out of tune. Giant breath blowing over you. You're so happy you don't have to breathe. Yeah.
And Idicus will be trying to sing along.
Yeah. Even though they're
Just
she's
not-
just making it all up on the fly. Absolutely.
And he'll just
Beowulf,
follow.
yeah. Beowulf, your incredibly amazing hearing is suddenly assaulted by an E flat minor diminished. And that's just the first note. Right?
He's just gonna shake his head.
As the
And-
first note bursts forth, you see the birds just out of the trees. Yeah.
Found the giant.
Yeah. Beowulf, sorry for interrupting. Go ahead.
He's just gonna shake his head and a sigh. And he's gonna keep moving on because whether he likes it or not, he's still gonna be able to hear her no matter for quite a long time, even if he lets her get very far
yes.
ahead.
Yeah. Absolutely.
So he's just gonna keep with it, and once in a while, interrupt her with a howl in an off to let her know that he's still following her.
Just joins up in a howl
So yeah,
at some
just
point.
and the thing is, wolves harmonize. It's a thing they have naturally. When they meet a new wolf and that one howls, they will howl not in their normal pitch, but they'll harmonize with the other howls. So yes, there is now a triet going on. Idicus, a wolf, and a very sad hill giant are all singing very badly and off key as you proceed on a curving path through the plains lands. Bickford and Corfell, you're sort of in the back still. Corfell, even you can see, like, the straight road is over there, and you're just getting further and further away from it. It's now, even with your 2 survival, it is now clear that she's just walking in a circle.
I mean, I can see her from where I am.
Yeah.
How far is she from us?
In range. What do you want to do?
Remind her that where we're going.
Yeah, you can just yell it out. Absolutely. So what do you?
Well, I was going to use message again. So
okay.
She feels more inclined to listen. So very loudly.
Yeah. So you send message again, and what do you say?
I forgot where we were going. I lost my train of thought.
That's all good. She's taking you to their secret hideout.
Oh,
basically,
yes. Yeah. Okay. I didn't remember if it had a name. That's what I was thinking too.
It's just home to her. So.
Oh, okay.
The off-key trio, yes.
All right. So, Corfell's gonna use message again, and he's gonna be like, "Stay on track."
And so in the middle of the song, Idicus, you're kind of getting into it. You're getting into the rhythm. You realize she's using her stride as the rhythm that is Horrible Song. And then all of a sudden in the middle of it, she starts going, "It didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work, it didn't work. Oh, it worked." And she looks down at you and she brings you in like really close. Like your feet are inches from her mouth and like you're right up by one eye. She squints the other eye shut. And she says, "I don't remember where it is."
Yeah.
Oh dear.
Please
don't hate me. It's in the module. It's one of the very few things I left.
I forgot where it was.
No. Oh dear was in character, actually.
Idicus is just like,
Okay, so yeah, Idicus has been told, but yeah.
Because Idicus is even like, I don't know.
This, I don't know.
All right.
We can.
All right, because I've caught up to her by now, I'm sure.
Yep. Oh yeah, you're right there. Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
So I know I already heard her say I don't know where it is.
Yeah. And she just stops and kind of slumps to the ground with Idicus on her thumb.
I'm gonna use my snout. I'm gonna use my enhanced sense of smell.
Yep.
My keen sense of smell, excuse me.
Yes. Yep.
And I'm going to see.
Sniffing for giants.
Exactly. Because I'll know which one she is.
Yep.
But I'll be able to tell where it, in the general direction where the other ones are.
Absolutely. Give me a roll with advantage.
Yep. I forgot where I was going.
You sniff her to get the scent like a bloodhound, and then start sniffing the air in all directions. If you're using beyond 20, you're gonna have to click roll on VTT at the button. It didn't go.
No, it actually works for me, so I haven't done it yet.
Oh, okay.
The perception, yes?
Yes, please. 15. Absolutely.
I was thinking it's where to roll advantage already.
Yeah, it did it automatically. So there are no other hill giants within miles.
This is frustrating. Well, he's kind of growling under his breath, and in his mind, he's like, "This is frustrating. Where the hell are they?"
Yep. The two coming
Yeah.
up in the rear, you catch up to them because she stopped and sat down.
When Bickford comes up to Beowulf, he just sort of reaches over, scratches him behind the ears real quick, and goes, "So how long did it take for you to figure out we're lost?"
Smacks Bickford's lower, like around the ankle with his tail.
Yeah.
Hurt. It's just letting
Yeah.
him know that, he's frustrated.
Next step, I sit on your foot.
Next step, there's a nice little pile of happiness on your foot.
So, with that,
That's
the lady giant Idicus kind of just, without thinking, just sort of reaches over to a stump and just sort of offers you a step off.
Mm-hmm.
You step
Yeah,
off and
Idicus.
rejoin your friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
And she.
Bo's gonna take this moment when she's putting Idicus down.
Yeah.
To kind of hop up on her arm and climb up to see if he can get on top of her head.
What's
so
the
he
dog?
can look and sniff around.
What's the dog doing on my head? Don't pee. Please don't pee. Please don't pee.
She said no. And then he just lifts his snout up.
Yeah.
And starts to sniff again.
Mm-hmm.
And let's see if I can't do any better on this perception check this time.
An 18.
That's a little better.
You sniff as well as you have ever sniffed in your sniffing history. And there is no trace of any other hill giant other than her anywhere in your sniffable range.
Oh.
What do you see up
The
there?
trail is not cold. It doesn't exist.
Mm-hmm. He's trying to see if he can't get a better vantage point by getting up there and being able to sniff at her height.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you did, you got as, like I said, an 18. So you are convinced that you haven't missed anything.
Okay.
Whatever it is nowhere near here.
Whoops, I went down to the wrong direction. This is where they are now, right?
Yep, we are the big green
dot. But I don't
dot.
know that. But we are the green dot here.
Yeah, so that's where you guys, you have a basic outline. You've got a map of the area, I have decided, because a completely blank map that comes with this makes no sense to me. You guys have been alive and been in this area, you know it. So
yeah. So I think Bo's the one who has the map, so he's gonna get down off the giant. Go behind a rock, change back, and then come back over to the group.
Okay. We just
bring out the map, and then we're just gonna take a look. See.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, you guys. Yeah. So, you guys are here, and I have to change the cameras. So chat amongst yourselves and figure out what you're going to do next. You guys still have Shadowtop Cathedral and Daggerford. One of each of you has a sort of tag to go to those places. You can go anywhere else in this world at any time. But I need to move a couple cameras. Excuse me for a moment.
You got it. Okay, so I point on the map where our little green dot is here, and I'm going to say that's pretty much about where we are right now. I've heard tale back in that town that was attacked that they were headed in this direction. I might be able to figure out which way to go once it hits darkness, which should maybe be soon. And since it's a new moon, I'll have the best vantage point to be able to look up at the stars and basically calculate which direction we need to go to get in that general area.
To get to where specifically?
Groodhog, and if we're still going there.
That's where you are.
No, I thought we were a little bit off.
Well, I left a dot there. I left your marker on the road so you could see it. But yeah, this is you had to go up the hill to Groodhog. So yeah,
that's okay, so we're here. But yeah. I thought that was where the other giants were too.
Nope. This is just the tower where she is.
Okay, my apologies.
No worries.
And we were
All right,
heading
so
towards the forest. I'm
Yep.
just
You were on
Victor's
your
going
way
to mention
to.
this because it's
yeah.
been bugging me this entire time when you said east. Because when we were heading to Womford, and we encountered that the smashed barbarians, they said they were heading north to the Summer Hills. Anyways, they were heading north to the Summer Hills. And that's in the opposite direction of where we're heading, because we're heading towards the forest if we're going east.
Where were they?
Yep.
I'm still trying to find that on the map.
I will sort of briefly out of game mention there's not one plot going on in this world. There's about a dozen.
Okay.
So if you start chasing every lead, we're never going to get out of the Desert Valley.
Okay.
Yeah.
I honestly thought it was related.
Yeah, I get it. But that's one of the cool things about this particular module is there's a lot of stuff going on that has nothing directly to do with the plot, and this is exactly what it can do, which is drag you off on these huge side journeys, which are great. But I just want, you guys, I started to detect a note of frustration, like you weren't getting where you wanted to go. So I wanted to mention that. Yeah.
Okay, so what I'm actually going to do is I'll point out that I still have my task up here.
Mm-hmm.
I believe that one was mine, and then we still have this task down here for.
Yep.
For it was creature.
Yep.
Yeah.
And he's not here, so that makes
But
that
he's
choice
not
easy.
here.
Plus, I think you guys the plan was to hit here and then go to Shadowtop Cathedral. Was that not?
Yeah, because it was on.
Yeah, that's what we were talking about.
Mm-hmm.
Because
No.
that's where Corfell definitely wants to go. Because it has cathedral in the name, and that sounds lovely.
The way you did that, I thought you were going to say fun to loot.
Profitable. That
He's a
looks profitable.
sorcerer, not a rogue. He's not a
Oh, yeah.
thief.
All right,
Neither were the Vikings. Didn't stop them from taking all the
well,
gold.
I suppose we can go ahead and leave this poor giantess alone,
Yeah.
and for the time being, let her get back to her home.
Or
Hmm.
we can make a friend.
I'll leave that up to you, Corfell. Honestly, it doesn't matter to me. I'm just, but either way, you're gonna head in this direction over here.
Yep.
Straight shot. Let's see here.
So
Straight
I'll just
shot
put
from where we are to there. It's about.
Yeah.
That's a trip.
That's
If
10
we go right
days.
through the forest.
Going through the forest, that's 20 days.
Yeah.
10 miles of road,
no,
10 miles a
because I
day is
have-
rough for 20 miles on the road. But again, we're not doing that day by day thing that we were doing before. It's too time consuming and dull.
Well, not
I've
only
got an
that, I have
encounter.
managed the forest anyway, and now I have it back to the grasslands. We could also, let's see here, make our way, to calling Horns,
And then
which is
follow
about
the river
180
up,
miles. And then from there, travel along Evermore Way.
Yep. And then cut down into the forest at the end.
And then cut through the forest there, and that should be less. That's about a 30-mile trek if we do a straight line that way, as opposed to just totally getting lost.
So all I need to know really is road or forest.
Road.
I think road's going to be better.
Okay.
But if we want to go to Stonebridge,
It'll also give us time to stop into a town and.
Yep, absolutely. Stonebridge is absolutely there.
and then
So
go to the pass.
yeah, some time is going to pass. So in that time, again, like I said, we're not going to do this day by day. I'm not going to do 9 friggin' encounter rolls just to get you up this road. It would be redundant to say the least. But in this time on this trip, before you get, let's go from here to say Stonebridge. to start with. In that period of time, you've got a full day. So when you get there, you can shop for stuff and everything else. So basically, compressing that into one sort of experience, what do you want to get done in this day of travel and this day when you get to this town? We're going to get really abstract here.
Okay, well, first of all, are we heading here first, or are we? Whoops.
I thought you were heading to Belliard.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are we heading to Belliard first, and then we're going to Crawling Hills through the path?
That would make the most sense because we want to stay on the road.
Yeah, or yeah, because I was gonna say we end up hitting the road about 140 miles away if we
That's
just take
13 days across there, or it's what's that, like 20? Yeah, either way, it's going to be faster. It's always faster to stay on the road, basically. But your choices.
Yeah.
But
in this case, it's just a 60-mile thing, so we'll do that first.
it's technically to back to the road and down there would technically be about 4 days. So you guys have got all kinds of time. What would you like to get done in that time? First of all, you can all have a long rest. I don't think anybody was injured, but you can all have a long rest. You need any points and such back? So during that travel and in town.
Bickford still haven't earned any money, so I'm broke.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's almost no money in this campaign.
I do want to check out these daggers.
Yep, you can attune to them. That's the easiest way to find out what they do.
Okay.
Do you have any other magical items that you're attuned to? Because you can only be attuned to 3 things. Do you have any magic items? Any magic weapons?
Oh, I mean, I have my arcane focus staff.
No, that doesn't count.
That's
not an attunement. So yeah, you can attune to both of them at the same time over the course of many breaks. It's 2 + 1 daggers.
Okay.
Yeah. Bickford, anything you want to learn or information you want to get, stuff you want to steal?
Not really. It's honestly Bickford's at this point, since he's a little confused. Honestly, I'm still a little thrown by the red herring on that one. Because I honestly expected we were going to go fight some giants, but Bickford's more just he doesn't really know where Creature went.
Yeah.
And that bothers him.
Yep.
He'll never fucking admit it, but
yeah.
So while we're traveling, he's definitely keeping an eye out.
And he is not coming back.
Yeah, and that definitely bothers him.
Yep.
As well. In his mind, Creature's the muscle.
Yeah.
And the muscle gets attacked first, and
yeah.
Yeah, now he's the muscle.
He now looks suspiciously like the muscle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that makes sense. Corfell, what do you? I mean, you did the daggers, but that's next to nothing. Anything else that you needed to get done?
I do want to. I have 3 extra daggers on me.
Okay. Yeah.
They can go. I don't need them.
Yeah. Okay.
Can I sell them?
Daggers. Yeah, I think they're 5 gold each. Take 15 gold.
Okay.
That works. I don't care. There's so little money in this game.
I'm like, sure, sounds
so
good.
little money in this campaign. It's creepy. I didn't even notice the first time I played it because I don't put much treasure in my campaigns, but this one doesn't have the regular sort of fight treasure pattern.
And then the other thing I want to do is I'm just wearing common clothes.
Yep.
And I can wear light armor. Can I get some leather?
Yep, absolutely. Do you happen to know the cost of that? Would it happen to be 15 gold?
Let's find out.
Well, you figure that out. Iticus, do you have any needs at all that need to be taken care of?
Iticus wants to find Rags.
Mm-hmm.
Because he wants to make everyone in the party Freds.
Oh. You have 4 days. You have absolutely. You can do, for the purposes of this, you can do 1 a day. So, do you want to wait till they're all done and then give them out, or do you want to give them out as they're done? You wait till they're all done, okay?
Wait till they're all done.
If Iticus is going to be looking for rags, Bo, I'm sure, will have some on him.
Oh, yeah.
And if he notices this, he will give Iticus the scraps of cloth and stuff he has left over from when the suit he made himself.
Yep, absolutely. So,
I've changed my mind.
Okay.
I have more armor without armor than I do if I put armor on.
That is often the case, yes. So, yeah, never mind.
Learning.
Keep your money. Yeah, well, yeah, absolutely.
Okay.
Also, I do want to say one thing out of character real quick, Kevin.
Yeah.
If I happen to drop out of this,
yeah,
I'll try and reconnect through my phone, but there's a thundestorm going on outside, so I don't know if I'll keep the power or not. We'll
Thank you for the heads up. Okay, so with that, you accomplish everything you need to accomplish. Iticus, I would like you to present these Freds to these people. Do they all look the same? Do they all look like Fred? No? Okay.
No,
well, then
they
tell
are
me.
each they are teddy bears, but they all look different.
Yeah.
He'll walk up to Beowulf, and I'm proud of Iticus for this. He gives him a Fred that when you turn it around, it's a dog.
Oh.
So he flips it.
It's two Freds, because you got two Freds in one.
Oh, thank you.
Creatures he keeps in his bag,
Mm-hmm.
and he looks at it very sadly.
Yes.
We'll be back.
To Bickfrid, he gives a very fuzzy
Big fuzzy Fred, yeah.
big fuzzy Fred.
Yeah.
And to Corfell, he tried to make it fancy.
And how did that come out?
And so it's kind of whatever fancy rags he could get. It's a teddy bear wrapped in a gray teddy bear wrapped in fancy rags.
So yeah, little bits of sparkle
the
and
that,
bit of lace. Yeah.
Gave
Yeah. Oh, I love it.
And Iticus is giving them these Freds.
He just walks up to you and goes, "Fred?
Thanks."
Bickford puts one of his in a little pocket, so he's kind of like riding in his belt. Yeah, exactly.
Little Fred. Oh, we got little Fred and big Fred.
Small Fred.
And
small Fred. Oh, I like that. Yeah.
Creatures is just a white doll covered in whatever black rags.
Yep. Perfect. Yeah. I love it. And you sadly poke that one back in your pack, hoping that you get a chance to give it to Creature at some point. That was beautiful. Thank you. That was the soft-hearted moment that this episode needed. I appreciate that.
Corfell's like
small Fred. Oh man. So, because we're going to compress this, I'm just going to randomly move you sort of halfway up here. This is a long journey. This takes over a week to get to the next town, the next major town. And on the way, I mean, it's just dull. It's a trade route, so there's people coming and going. Again, more mercenary units and larger mercenary units than you're used to seeing. Some going north, some going south. They seem to be going everywhere. The world appears to be preparing for war.
Bickford is suddenly very happy his family is deep in the forest.
Yes, absolutely. So, about halfway up this road, you notice, just along the side of the Desserin Hills where we are now, along the grasslands on the hillsides next to you, off to the west, you notice some frost marks, like long streaks that have been frozen and died. I know the people that live around here know what vines and a vineyard look like in February. Just sort of like they've been killed by the frost. It looks like that, big swaths of it on the hillside and all around you. And as you come around a corner in the road, you see ahead of you in a field dragon scales, big ones, big white dragon scales, and interspersed with them these piles of sort of pale gray ash.
That's not very
Shiny.
good.
Shiny.
Can I study him? Investigate him?
So as you get close, yeah. And Iticus is just going shiny. Yeah. Bickford?
Yeah, Bickford's gonna investigate, and he's looking specifically at the scales to see if, because he knows that Dark Lords like themes, and dragon scales make great shields. So
I kind of jumped the gun on that one.
That's all good. It's all good because even with that 8, each one of you that steps forward up to a scale realizes there's something wrong. It's not a shiny, high polished dragon shield, even with a 21 Iticus. It's not shiny, just reflective. It's looks like it's made out of sand, and if you touch it, it just goes poof, and falls into one of these piles of gray ash. These scales have been hit by high voltage electricity. They've been burned off of an adult white dragon, which would explain the scorch marks on the hills.
Right.
That's a storm giant. It's like, because we're not seeing any blue scales whatsoever, and there's no lightning streaks. So my brain thinks, or well, I guess Bickford's brain, the theme is giants. We've technically not dealt with, but
have you guys seen the Flying Castle? I know I've been kind of playing with creatures, so okay, you guys have. So yeah, Flying Castles and Storm Giants go together.
Yeah.
Yeah, you guys got Harshnag's business card, of course. Yeah. This is what Storm Giants do. One of the things they do is kill giants or kill dragons.
Is there anything around the area that I can salvage?
Not amongst this, no. These every single one, you're not getting free plus bazillion dragon shields at this level. But yeah, every one of them you touch just and that explains these little piles of gray dust. Others before you have tried to get these things.
Mm-hmm.
But apparently that white dragon that you guys saw has met Harshnag. And you kind of do a quick count of the scales. This was by no means a to the death fight. This is like what came off the side of a paw
skirmish.
Yeah, this is like one good shot and it buggered off. Right. So it looks like if you put it back to, I won't make I'll give you with the investigation rolls you had. It looks like the dragon attacked the Flying Castle, and Harshnag just went poink and knocked it out of gave it a good poke and it buggered off.
Not a wizard, not a wizard.
Yeah. Storm giants are highly magical creatures.
Well, now that was an interesting thing to come across, but kind of scary at the same time. Definitely something that we should keep an eye out for.
Is there anyone around?
You see in this field, there's a couple of people sort of hiding behind rocks and peeking at you. They appear to be just commoners.
They're not going to know shit.
They're out here trying to scavenge these scales and finding
probably the guys who did the same thing we did.
Yeah, exactly. They're in the process of discovering that these aren't going to be of any use.
I say we go ahead and continue on, guys. There's not really much we're going to be able to get from here.
The rest of you agree?
I pick up a little bit of the ash and just sort of collect it. I use it for spell components anyways, but it might be somebody might want to, dragon scale ash. You might find some laser.
They might believe that that's what that is. Even when you try and sell it in the market, you snake oil salesman.
I just want to call out to the people I see and say, "Hey, anybody see anything?" Just real loud.
We saw last night there was a huge lightning bolt over here and a scream. We came to investigate and found those. They're all fucked though.
Alright. Thanks.
When you don't swear often, you get quite a reaction when you do it.
Yeah. Fair point.
Yeah. So
Bill Wolf's just gonna go sigh and say under his breath, useless humans. Knowing he himself is actually human.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So
Bigfoot shrugs, looks at Oedipus, makes sure that hasn't fallen in a pile of ash and is stuck or something.
He might be playing in it like snow, but
You come up just covered in gray powder. What? What? I didn't do nothing. I wasn't. It wasn't my hand in the cookie jar. It wasn't me. With that.
Ash angels.
Yeah. Yep. Yeah, little tiny ash angels all over the place. And with that, I'm assuming you continue on.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I do want to go ahead and mention that since the party is walking, Beowulf is going to stay in human form the whole time.
Yeah, makes sense. Absolutely. So you guys get up to Calling Horns. This is another town. Is there anything you would like to do here? I know I'm just blowing through huge chunks of this landscape, but
That's fine.
the encounters are the fun part, not the walking in between, as it turns out.
Yeah, no kidding.
No surprise. So yeah.
I do know that Beowulf probably has run out of jerky by this
Oh
point.
yeah.
So he's probably going to go shopping for some more jerky.
Absolutely.
He likes his jerky.
As one does.
Big Frit is loaded with travel sausages. Slim Jims.
He's gonna look down at Iticus first before he leaves and ask if Iticus wants to come with him.
Iticus will shake.
Yes, I'll go.
Follow me, and then he just kind of walks around, see if there's anything.
Iticus
that-
hasn't been in a store before, so
Yeah.
well,
doesn't
he's-
exactly know what this means.
well, I mean, he's gonna look down and say, "See anything you like?"
Is there anything shiny?
Oh, the whole store. Everything in here is, there's the bottles of stuff and containers and shiny, yeah, everything.
He might be a little overloaded and just big eyes. Just
Yeah.
Oh, lots of shiny.
Very lots of shiny. You look around, see if there's anything you like, the specific, and I'm gonna go talk to the manager real quick. So
Okay.
Beowulf is gonna actually go find like the proprietor of the establishment
Yep. Hmm.
and say, "Hey, look, I honestly don't have much as far as gold and silver is concerned, but I've recently been hunting last night actually, and I caught myself a bunch of fresh meat, rabbit, and I think a deer. If you would like, I can go ahead and trade you these rabbits and deer for some jerky and maybe something for the little guy over there."
And yeah, I mean, yes, for the purposes of the story, yes, absolutely. Normally they'd send you down the road to sell it at the victualers, but yeah, well, let's make it easy. Yes, they buy it from you. They trade it for, yes, the jerky and what does Iticus pick up eventually? You may not even know what it is, but what do you find?
it would be something shiny, so he can just hold it in his hands.
Mm-hmm.
I
Just
would say
something
like maybe a big
small.
shiny marble. How's that?
A crystal
Crystal
ball?
ball.
A crystal ball?
Yeah.
A real crystal ball, like out of quartz with all the inclusions and internal cracking and everything?
Yeah,
Oh,
why not?
that actually
Yeah.
works. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So there you go. Easy trade, no problem.
And then Corfel would be trying to find some books, specifically magic books.
Okay, you're looking for spells or
Yeah,
okay? What
he's
is
always
your-
trying to.
Yeah.
So basically, he looks for anything that can help him in his hobby. So anything along those, anything that opens locks, makes him invisible, makes
Okay.
distractions, etc.
Yeah, you've got some time. You find in a town this size, you find some stuff, but you've got it all already. There's nothing in this town that's really. There's nothing in this
Sorry,
town
he
that's
jumped up
new.
here to scare me.
It's all good. If you were in a bigger town, then absolutely. But Yeah, at this point, maybe if you were in Everland, just up the road is a considerably bigger town, just past Shadowtop Cathedral and up the road a little further. In fact, you were told that there is some stuff up there that might be of use to you.
All right.
From the one person in town that doesn't go ha when you ask what you're looking for. So, yeah.
It's Drow. No,
Yeah.
wait, no, it's not.
No, it's not. It's like the opposite of that.
Not black. Okay.
I'm blue. Rude.
Pale blue. Yeah.
Not
Commoners.
suffocating yet.
Just short of breath.
It's a little nippy in here. It's fine.
Anything else you guys would like to do before you leave town?
Well, other than probably just take a nice night to sleep in a bed for a
Oh, yeah.
change.
Yeah,
But
absolutely.
yeah, I think otherwise, I'm ready to go. I don't know about anybody else in the group.
But
Everybody else?
when,
Yeah.
when Bickford sleeps, he's a little too tall, so his knees actually go over the end of the bed.
Yeah. Sleeps with his feet on the floor.
Yeah. And he starfishes. So it's just
Yeah. All right. So after all of that, the next couple of days you spend traveling along the road, and you finally get to the point where you think would be the spot where you cut off into the woods, into the high forest. And as you do so, yes. How do you proceed?
What
I
time
would-
of day is it?
Sorry, what was that?
So sorry. We both want to speak at the same time. You first.
I'm trying to figure that out. Hold on a minute.
Okay, in that case, you talk first.
What time is it?
You mid-afternoon?
Okay.
Yeah. The others are here as well. You get opinions too. What do you do? Even Iticus gets an opinion.
Okay. I found what I was looking for.
Yeah.
Because of my natural explorer,
Yep.
I do have my favorite terrains, which one is grasslands, the other is forest. I chose forest first, of
Yep.
course.
Okay.
So,
click
while
that for
traveling
us so we can see. Yeah.
While traveling for an hour or more in your chosen terrain, difficult terrain doesn't slow your group's travel. Your group can't become lost except by magical means. You remain alert to danger even when you're engaged in another activity. You can move stealthily at a normal pace while alone. You
Mhm.
find twice as much food while foraging, and while tracking creatures, you learn the exact number, sizes, and how long ago they passed through the area.
Fair enough. Okay. So I'm assuming that means you're leading the group.
I will be leading the group through the
Okay.
forest, yep.
Okay. Who's coming second, third, and fourth? I actually
I'll
need
head
a
up
marching
third.
order. Okay. That's Bickford in fourth. So second and third, Corfel and or Iticus. Who wants second?
I'd probably be as far back as possible in case something's in front of us.
Third, and then
I like
Iticus
range.
second.
Second.
Okay. Yeah, absolutely. As you proceed into the forest, you start to move in. Beowulf, within about half an hour, you're confused because you can't get lost in the forest. But damn it, if you haven't seen that tree before.
Oh, this is very strange.
I shouldn't say you can't. There's only one way you can be fooled in the forest. Something just made you walk in a big circle.
Beowulf is going to just stop. Hopefully no one else behind him runs into him.
Well, I mean, they can see you, so yeah.
Okay, something is being very tricky in this forest. We're walking in a circle and we shouldn't be.
And I do an Arcana check on the area. See
You
if magic's
absolutely
being
can,
used.
yeah.
Not my specialty, guys.
Iticus, how about you?
Actually, I do have proficiency in Arcana.
Yeah, you can try as well. Yeah.
I will have
15.
an advantage on it.
Yeah. So, Iticus, what were you investigating?
Just trying to figure out why the woods are acting weird.
Okay, yeah, that's fair.
I'm doing perception because I'm looking for threats.
Okay, fair enough.
Something's wonky, as a
Oh,
as a bugbear.
Yeah.
Ambush.
Yes, 20 Arcana. Beowulf, you realize Iticus. I'm going to start with you. You got the 15. As you're kind of looking around, vaguely interested in looking around, seeing what's going on, you see a tree move. It just and then stops.
Tree move. Tree move.
Beowulf, as you hear those words, you realize what's going on here. There are awakened plants here, and they are intentionally misleading you.
Ah.
And go stealth.
What do you do?
I go stealth.
Yep.
Come.
Absolutely, yep.
Oh yeah, same here.
Only one.
Oh.
Beowulf is not.
Okay.
He's actually going to step forward a little bit more away from the group and say, "I was sent here by Leferis, or however the heck it's pronounced. I'm so sorry."
Yeah.
Lifeless.
The floss, yeah.
I'm here on a quest sent by Liferlas. I'm trying to remember what the quest is.
But while you look that up, Iticus, what are you
looking-
doing? I know what these two are going stealth, so both of you give me stealth rolls. Beowulf, when you figure out, give me a persuasion roll. And Iticus, what are you doing?
Iticus, when he sees the others go stealth, he goes, "Oh, okay," and also will go
And hides as well. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Okay. So get all three of you give me stealth. Okay.
We have 3 rogues.
16, 27, and 12. So the three of you just behind stuff.
Beowulf is alone.
Beowulf, give me that persuasion.
All right, so
Give me that
the quest is
old-time
basically
persuasion.
he says, "I'm looking for Erglas
Yep.
and or Turlang."
Okay.
And you want persuasion.
I want persuasion.
This isn't going to be an advantage, but it rolls it. I still have it rolled.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It's a 9.
Oh wow.
It's a 9 or a 9, so it doesn't matter. As you yell this out, you notice the forest around you kind of shuffles, and some of it isn't the wind.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see them start to move, and they form 2 rows. All of you see this. 2 rows of trees, awakened trees. These are full-size, 60-foot tall, trees that line up and form it's either an honor guard or a gauntlet leading further into the forest.
That's not creepy at all.
Nope. Mm-mm.
What do you do? Beowulf, it's the right direction. It's where you're supposed to be going. Now that you're not being fooled anymore.
So Beowulf is definitely going to follow that path then, making sure to motion to his companions to follow, because right now he can't see them. They've all stealthed.
Yep, they've all gone. They've all disappeared. So
Where's
for a moment, yes, it's just Beowulf all alone walking down this hollow path of trees. The 3 of you see his hulking form heading into the distance. What do you do? Iticus.
Okay.
We follow.
Just jump right up from behind your bush and keep walking. Absolutely.
I'm still up in the
Bickford.
tree. I'm still following. I'm following, but
Yeah.
I'm up in the trees.
You're brachiating.
Well, that's what
Orangutan
he
style?
does. Because
Yeah,
I've got that extra reach, so he just reaches up and pulls.
Yeah.
And just disappears into the trees.
absolutely. Yeah. And Corfell, you hear Bickford heading out. You
I was
see-
muted.
Yeah, you were. That's okay. I was filling time until you figured it out. What do you do?
So Corfell likes to hide in the shadows. That's his thing. He wears
Yeah.
dark clothing on purpose,
Mhm.
and so he's gonna stay in the edges of everybody's vision.
Or you can go in that
including
direction,
these. Yeah.
You can go in that direction without going up the path. I mean,
Yeah.
staying in the outside trees instead. Absolutely. So the four of you make your way forward. There's rustlings as you go, and as you pass, you look behind you and you see them close in a seemingly random pattern behind you. And Beowulf, you know damn well with this number of them, the only way anybody gets anywhere in this forest is if they agree.
Mm-hmm.
You continue on along the path. You finally see ahead of you a clearing. And as you step forward into it, you can see why this is called Shadowtop Cathedral. You're on a hill in a forest, and the clearing is absolutely on top of the hill. But when I say clearing, I mean of trunks. There's no tree trunks on this hilltop. Surrounding it, almost perfectly spaced, almost like a coliseum, are huge, ancient trees. And their canopies actually weave together above you, multiple layers. And so that the light in this place is constantly moving dappled light. The birds that are singing, there are none that are discordant. There are none that are awful to hear. Only the most beautiful. You see rodents and whatnot scampering around completely unafraid. In the trees, raptors are feeding, but not on these creatures, obviously, or they would be hiding.
Mm-hmm.
It's just the most idyllic, peaceful place any of you have ever been. Kind of like behind Bickford, except times 10. Right.
Wow, this is
I picked a good background today.
like wow.
Bickford is visibly impressed from his spot in the tree.
Corfell, how do you respond to this?
Phil's looking for the cathedral.
Yeah, that's kind of what I was wondering. Yeah. Yeah. Iticus?
To every little thing.
Hi, Fred. Hi, Fred. Hi, Fred.
Yeah. All the squirrels are just, they react beautifully to you. In fact, they actually wave. Like something has trained them. And I said those trees around the outside are almost a perfect circle. There's one that's out of place. It's extra. And as the last of you steps into the circle, it turns. And there's a face. And it looks down at you as it steps into the ring, now leaving this perfectly spaced circle of trees around the outside.
Hi, Fred.
Hello, Fred. I am Turlang, caretaker of the cathedral. Yes.
Hello, Turlang.
Yes, Elf. This is the cathedral. You were expecting.
Stealthed.
He doesn't care.
Looks right at you. This is the spirit of this forest. It looks right at you where you're hiding.
Bickford gets down from the tree and moves forward, waiting for Beowulf to say something because he's pretty sure that this is Beowulf's quest.
Yes. So Beowulf is going to step forward to Turling and say, Lephrolas sent me here. I'm looking for a moon elf druid named Arglas. I hope I'm pronouncing that right.
You didn't think that you should tell me about another moon elf? We're like kind of rare, a little bit.
I was not aware that you were wanting to know that there was other moon elves. Okay. Besides, this was a quest. How was I supposed to know? Anyway, yes. Actually, yeah. Right.
He was just here. It couldn't have been more than 3 or 4 years ago.
Oh.
He was going to Everland last time I saw him. Why are you here?
I was sent on a quest to find the creator of Lepros.
I understand that, but that's not what I meant. The 4 of you have an aura about you, as does your missing friend. There is more here than missions. What do you know about the giants and the ordning?
Bigfoot's just like, it's supposed to be broken.
Yeah,
That's what Harshnag said.
seems that it's been thrown out of whack. And we had a female hill giant say something similar too, that everything has been seeming to be messed up on her, within her little group.
Etiquette is gonna run over to Bigford and just go,
the thing we got.
Oh, Beowulf has it.
Oh,
runs over.
the thing we got.
The pouch?
No.
The card.
Oh, the card. Yeah, Beowulf takes out the card and says, we've just been told a bunch of things from this card here.
Harshnag. Have you seen him recently? Big fella.
Evidence of.
Wears a dragon skull for a hat.
Smited a dragon earlier.
Yeah, that would be him. He's in
yeah.
the neighborhood then?
I would assume he is.
Several days ago, but yeah.
So just a blink. Remember, a couple seconds ago, 3 years wasn't a big... It was like just here, so yeah. You should find him, or he will find you. That's how he works. You'll know him right away. Dragon skull for a hat. Bit of a show-off, our Harshnag.
Big floaty castle?
Fella.
Yes, big floaty castle. Likes to kill dragons.
I'll definitely keep that in mind.
If he's involved in this, it must be awful. That man doesn't give a shit about anything except violence and death.
It was important enough to leave us a card.
A calling card is one way to say.
As you say that, he hands the card back to you, Beowulf, and as you look, the writing has changed. And it now just says, soon. Very soon.
Beowulf is definitely going to share this with the group, that the message has changed and what the message says.
You spoke of the ordning being broken.
Yeah.
That should not be possible.
I didn't think so either.
It is... Essential is not a strong enough word. It is woven into the essence of what it is to be a giant. It is the natural order of giant things. If it is broken, and there are truly no rules binding the giants, then this world is in for all sorts of hells.
A lot of hell has already been happening, and Beowulf will say what happened to Golden Fields and Emperor.
Mm-hmm.
when Beowulf mentions Golden Fields, Big Frid just sort of shuffles a little, kind of avoids eye contact.
Yeah.
Doesn't want to talk about it.
No. Beowulf doesn't go into details, just says, that what led them to these journeys that they were on, starting with the attack at Golden Fields, and how, that's where we met, left. Whatever. I give up.
This all I understand this and it makes sense. I didn't want to believe it, but there were stories that the stone giants were stealing herds from the hill giants.
Hill giants attacking towns, stealing food.
Yeah,
exactly. Something about a queen.
Do you see how this is breaking? It has always been, since the beginning of giants and people, a certain amount of livestock is taken by the hill giants each year.
Mm-hmm.
And the people just turn their heads because starting a war would be wrong and deadly. But if those rules are broken for something as simple as a hill giant, you saw the mayhem a handful of them caused. Have you seen Harshnag's castle?
In passing.
Briefly.
Imagine 1,000 of those.
Mm-hmm.
Sweeping down out of the north across the lands with no rules.
Of the north?
Everywhere, I'm assuming. This world would be in big trouble.
But if the storm giants are in the north, we know where to find Harshnag.
Harshnag's been all over the place. We've kind of he's been 1 or 2 days ahead of us this entire time.
Fair point.
Yeah.
My guess.
He appears to be investigating himself, so.
Yeah.
Yeah. My guess, based upon this card, is he may have either A, have more information for us, or B, is going to meet up with us.
As you say that, you look down and the text on the card changes again. It says, "Go about your business. I'll find you when I need you. Soon, very soon."
Oh, yeah, and of course Beowulf will. I love this card, man. He'll turn to the grimace and relay the message and say, "You know what?
I don't have a meta pigeon. I have a meta card.
He's like, okay, you know what? Sounds like we really just need to continue about our business. I know that Creature still has something he needed to do. We can do that, or continue looking around over in this area."
The one you call Creature will be here soon. The one that you call Night Raider has taken him. But your friend is stronger than that Night Raider thinks. He is also far more dangerous than any of you know.
That's a good thing.
That's so comforting.
It was not intended to be comforting. Stay here with me this evening. It is safe here. Get a kiss?
But Creature friend, Fred.
Yes. And that is why he is not fed on any of you. While you, and he looks at Idicus, are a different story. He could not feed on you if he wished. No meat, no blood.
Oh, okay.
Idicus is fine. Yeah, I love this character.
Yeah, I mean,
no more than one thought at a time. That's it.
as the tree is talking to Idicus, Beowulf will be looking up and noticing that it is getting dark out, of course.
Yes, it is. Yep.
And he's thankful it's still not the full moon yet. So he's going to say, "Yeah, You know what? It is getting dark. We shall stay here the night. There's plenty of. I still have plenty of jerky for now. We can eat off of that, or I can find some food here in the forest.
There is much forage about. Yeah, you're fed for the evening. Not a problem. Lots of fruit and veggies. No meat.
Well,
but
Beowulf will bake, but he'll eat it.
Yeah, you got jerky, so you're fine. So, with that, missing a person, but in probably the safest place in the entire Sword Coast, a hidden nature cathedral, protected by who knows how many hundred awakened trees. As you lay back and look up through the foliage at the stars winking between the leaves, what is each of you thinking?
This has been an interesting journey so far. Never thought meeting an awakened tree would lead me this direction. But I kind of like it. This is a unique forest and I'm enjoying myself. I can only hope that as I continue my journey, I can eventually find the person I'm looking for. But for now, my taste satisfied. I'll rest here and hopefully my parents won't ever find me.
And that's the thought you drift off on. Iticus, just before you shut down for the evening.
He'd probably take Sentry's rest, just because.
Yeah.
But Iticus, one last time, he's gonna touch his head again.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to think of home because the lady giant kind of made him start thinking about it, and everyone else just kind of, he touches and it hurts and he shakes his head and he goes,
Fred's important.
One broken memory comes back. What is it? Not a complete memory, just a fragment.
An old man crying over a picture.
Wow, that was quick. Thank you. That's the image that you shut off on. Like, no, you shut off for the night. Bigford.
Bigford is oddly thinking about home. You know, the high forest is home for him. Not this section of the high forest, for sure. But it reminds him of home. It reminds him why he left for selfish reasons, but there's always ulterior motives.
Yes.
And he's worrying about, how everyone's getting along, how he, he's looking at these people that he's sort of adopted himself into. And it's different, but it's different from every other campaign he's been on. You're about to say something.
And no, I was just going to say, and just as you fall asleep, you get a flash moment of frustration. Like you remember a moment you remember why you left.
Yeah, that was an argument. Things are getting thrown around, which is a typical argument for bugbears.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Broken pottery. But it wasn't with a bugbear, and it wasn't about the usual things. It wasn't about food. It wasn't about fighting. It was about something more spiritual. And that's what that fight was about. And that's what he was thinking about when he was going to bed.
And that's as you drop off to sleep. Corfell, you started the day in a chest underground in a castle. You've been frustrated all day by every single thing you tried has failed to work. You're now got to this cathedral that's just a ring of trees. As you lay there steaming in the gathering darkness, what are you thinking?
At least I got something good back from Waterdeep. And wondering what I can get in the future.
Mm-hmm. You feel a sort of slight buzz in your backpack, like a bug's in there. You reach in to check.
I open it.
Yeah. One of the daggers. Bzzzt. And the very top of the handle unscrews and pops open like the top of a flask. And you look inside and there's another small piece of paper.
Pull it out. Look at it.
You unroll it. You unroll just a little bit and you read the title. It says, "Be invisible, even for me." It's an invisibility spell scroll.
Ooh.
Damn.
Still can't cast it. Well, I mean, you can use it once as a spell scroll, or you can wait till you're at a level where you can scribe it into your book and use it. But those are your choices.
Mm-hmm.
As soon as you let it go, it spins back down to that tight tube that will easily fit back into the handle of the dagger.
Mm-hmm. And that is where I hide it.
Spin the lid back down.
How much room is in there?
That is all the room that there is just enough room for that scroll. It's
right.
It's vellum, right? So it's quite thick. And you put it back in your pack and lean back against the pack and fall asleep. Maybe today wasn't a complete waste. And with that, the trees go quiet as all the daytime animals stop and go to rest. Nighttime animals are much quieter. There's the occasional peep and squawk. There's even the occasional noise of predation. But overall, it's very quiet and very peaceful. Anybody who checks or looks during the night would see that the leaves are moving to block most of the light from the moon, to keep you in shadow all night, particularly, even though he's tranced, particularly Corfell is wreathed in shadowy darkness.
Mm.
And that, as the four of you fall asleep, is where we will drop the curtain on tonight. Whew. Zero combat game. We needed one of those. There'd been ass kicking every night, and that's where that campaign. I mean, if you want to do that campaign, it is essentially an 18-month dungeon crawl. Is one way to do it. We're not. So, but yes, you got a lot of information today. Yeah.
It's funny you say that as non-combat because we were actually ended the last session in an almost combat. It was just before we were about to get attacked, and you wrecked the whole fucking thing.
You thought that you were going to get attacked.
They were sweeping down to attack us.
Yep.
And we were going to start combat, and you retconned the whole thing.
The only thing I retconned was the Hawks.
Mm.
They never swept down. They never showed up again.
Yeah.
Everything else was it was based on. It wasn't going to go this way. I was going to do it more by the book, but then Fred happened. So, I mean, I said it last week, and I thought, oh no, I hope I didn't step on any toes. And I checked before we started tonight. I checked, and yeah, you were good with that. So I gave you the chance to do it tonight properly because it worked. It finally worked. Fred has never worked up until now, but even though they got confused, it worked. So I was very, very happy with that. And I know it was a frustrating episode. I know you felt like you didn't get anywhere and it's like, we didn't. But you did. If you think about it, you gained a tremendous amount of information. You also, because of Harshnag's note, know that you're getting closer to the next logical step. So I hope you're okay with that until this next week. And with that, it is time for the thank yous. Oh, Wolfsbane, thank you so much for bringing Corfell back. The the trapped in the chest. That chest exists in the game with the 2 daggers in it. It's actually a submission that one of you could have gotten, but didn't. So you have actually fulfilled a mission that doesn't exist in the game that you're playing, and got trapped in a chest to boot. So that's what I did with that. Thank you for joining us. Everybody tune in and go watch them when they stream, except when we're streaming too. In which case, come and watch us and then go watch their VOD.
I try not to sync up with the people I like to watch, because then I can't watch them.
That's fair enough. Absolutely. Well, thank you so much for joining us tonight, and thank you for bringing us Corfell in all their flawed glory. I'm really looking forward to see where this scared
He's an
moon
interesting
elf goes.
character.
I really like this. There's this element of frightened that you don't normally see in elves. I really like how this is playing out. Thank you. Playing Beowulf, Solar, Dasher, this leader role, I love it. It's something that a lot of players aren't comfortable with doing, playing the leader role. I played with that in our away team game. Actually, they're in chat right now. There was a player playing the leadership character, and it was fun to watch them play with that and sort of, okay, I've got real power here, like in game. So you've embraced it, and I'm really, really happy with that. Beowulf, without ever asking questions, is in charge. So I love that. Yeah.
I just it kind of felt natural for him to take charge at this point.
Yep.
Again, when I start with the character, I hardly know what I'm going to do. I just build it.
Yeah.
And as I play them and learn them, that's how they come through. Yeah. And apparently, Beowulf is one of those that will take charge.
He's even though the phrase is technically not correct anymore because they've decided it's not, but he's the ultimate alpha dog, right? He's the alpha wolf, right?
He's
so,
technically
of course he's in charge. It never occurred to him that he wouldn't be. So, yeah.
So, but now I've tempted a little bit on his past, so I will let you know.
We got some backstories triggering, yeah.
I'll let you know a little bit more about that
PM
in private
sometime during the week. Absolutely.
And otherwise,
I'm the boss. Yeah, exactly.
Otherwise, no. I'm enjoying this a lot. I'm really starting to get into this character, and I'm, just getting the good vibes off of this. So
excellent. I'm happy to. That makes me happy. Playing Bickford Bison. We haven't cracked him yet. He has maintained. We almost got him at the end of the night, but he has maintained his indomitable cool so far on the outside. How close? I want to ask you this first. How close is Bickford to cracking and actually showing an emotion? Not yet.
Not yet. It's still. Currently, it's more he's finally figured out sort of where he fits in the team.
Yeah.
And he understands that. And cracks, oh gosh, he's still pretty unflappable. Okay. But it's things will change if he gets frustrated.
That just gives me permission to pull bigger triggers.
Well, he's got a really short temper.
Yep.
Like a lot of bugbears. He's got a short temper. So
Apparently not as short as Corfell's.
There's going to be, I'm pretty sure with a bugbear, I'm pretty sure I can provoke a bar fight at some point during this campaign. So, but thank you so much, Bison, for coming and playing with us. You play a lot of different characters in a lot of different games, and they're all different, and I love them all. So thank you for that.
That'd be good.
And then we'll get you out of here in time so you can go get ready to go to work.
Oh, I got hours.
Yeah. Oof, I still don't. I don't envy you that, a building with no AC in this temperature. Anyway, last but certainly not least, and I'm gonna flat out say it, the crowd favorite. I mean, I don't normally do that, but everybody's like, Anika's. So. And this is really cool for me. Thank you so much for bringing this character, Sarah, because it is so different than the other characters I've seen you play. Mm-hmm. You play a really angsty tiefling in one game. who's was
just gotten worse.
was borderline suicidal not long ago. That's kind of your comfort zone. Even when you ran the game for us, it was 10 Candles, this horror game, right? That's your, and I see the stuff you do and the acting you do and the bits the parts you play, and that's like your comfort zone. So to see Iticus, it's like watching a flower grow where I was expecting a mushroom. It is absolutely, every word is just joy to watch. Thank you so, so much for bringing Iticus to us.
Yeah, this is a lot of fun because Iticus is completely different.
Your DM wants help.
I just saw
the DM from your angsty tiefling wants help.
Yeah, from the angsty tiefling. Yeah, completely different than anything else I play. Even as a DM,
yes,
like Iticus is completely left field for me.
And
generally playing much more intelligent characters.
I'm going to mention something because I don't know if how much you watch the screen while you're playing, but your face when you're playing Iticus is just radiates joy. It's just happy pouring off of it. It is so stunning to watch. I'm sorry to the rest of you. I spent a lot of time talking to Sarah about Iticus, but I'll get to the rest of you as we move along. But I just wanted to mention that. Thank you so, so much for playing this wonderful character.
Mm-hmm.
And that's 2 thank yous left. One for all the wonderful people in chat. I saw some folks there that haven't been around for a while. Thank you for popping back in. Hope you enjoyed it. Thank you to all the people that watched the VOD and all the people that will watch this in the future on YouTube. If you are one of those people and you watched all the way till now, hit the like button because I kind of suspect you did, unless you spent the whole time typing hate in the chat, in which case, fuck off. But but I know you didn't because we got a better community than that. So thank you all. And that brings me to one final sentence. Until next time, please be nice to each other. Good night.
Bye.